Well, I mean, this is January the 23rd, Friday. I know it's Friday again. My God, 2015. Well, what does the future hold? I think there's a danger in getting pessimistic. I've said that. I think there's a danger in looking down on people, um, especially our own. Um, we're all in this together, regardless if it seems like some people are better than others or more qualified to speak. I say anybody that's willing to speak on this, regardless of how ridiculous, crazy they sound, I think they should be allowed to speak on it because there just is a shortage, a shortage of people that do stand. We should be taken seriously, okay? We should be taken seriously, regardless. You know, if someone has the ability to stand and are willing to put it on the line, regardless of how ridiculous. I don't care if they've got tattoos. I don't care if they're ex-cons. I don't care who they are. If they're willing to stand up, okay, support them. Say that doesn't matter. That's my brother. Because see, the Jews do the same thing for their people. They do the same thing for their people. They'll say no Jew should be in prison, no matter what they did. They should. That's our brother. We should help them. They don't care. There is no real standard. As far as if you're Jewish, we support you. That's how they look at it. The same thing with blacks. Look at this. The Martin Zimmerman situation, the Trayvon Martin Zimmerman, and the what's the other one? The Michael Brown situation. No matter how much information is presented, they don't say, "Oh well, I saw that he robbed a store. I saw that he was really a thug." We support you because you know why? It's in our best interest to do that. It's in our best interest. See, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? No, we're so quick to write ourselves off. We're so quick to judge our own people. Well, they deserve what they get after all. They were silly. They were stupid. They weren't perfect. They themselves were degenerate. No, no, we judge even the best of the best. Like a David Duke or something. Well, he had a problem gambling. He was taking donation monies or something. I mean, it's just anything. Just anything to write somebody off as quick as possible. The people that are running this thing are in the business of moral degeneracy. They're in the business of corruption. It's like any other business. You promote it, you promote the shit, you promote the smut, you're about system breakdown. And, I'm reminded of the wars, past wars and things. We've heard all the stories of how the enemies would throw their dead bodies of their people over the walls, over the fortress walls, and try to poison their opponent with their own dead, rotting corpses over the wall. It's the same thing here, only it's being done with pornography. It's just, you can see it. It's all over. It's just promote the most shit that you can and throw that at these people and see if you can break the whole system down. They're doing it mentally, they're doing it spiritually, they're doing it physically, they're doing it chemically, they're doing it biologically, they're doing it with vaccinations, with disease, with every single thing they can to destroy the system, completely annihilate it. Eh? That's what you got. I almost picture these people in different countries and things and saying, hey, just show the most disgusting shit you can, like in the porn industry, and the Jews run the porn industry as well. And they go, no, you're doing your patriotic job. Just make sure you put all the crap out you can, because just know in your heart you're breaking down some American over there, and it's warfare. It's actual warfare. They're doing it through the television. They're doing it through the internet. They're doing it through everything. We need strategies as far as combating this kind of thing. In order to combat it, you have to first acknowledge that you're being attacked. It is not a subtle attack. It is a full-fledged attack. So you have to understand you're being attacked first, and then you come up with simple strategies. If you tell everybody, well, the Jews run everything, the first thing they say is, no, they don't, and then you've got to go through A, B, C, D, and of how they're doing it. And so you're doing that over and over and over and over in the comment sections. I see it. If all they have to do is go, no, they don't, then that's their whole response. It's much quicker to do that than to give in any argument to the opposite of what you're saying. You have to have quick responses as well, something that doesn't drain you. in comment sections, like for some comments on here, because this is about awareness, folks. You know, you genocided the Indians. Okay, Jews are genociding the Palestinians today. I didn't genocide any Indians, first of all, but the Jews today are genociding the Palestinians. Not that I really care about the Palestinians. I'm more interested in, you know, European white rights, but that's still a human rights violation, and they are doing that. See, nobody ever asked the question of why these Muslims act the way they do toward Jews, or why these KKK people act this way toward Jews. They don't ask that question. It's just you're a racist, or you're a Islamic fundamentalist, or you're a Christian fundamentalist, or you're some kind of nut. They don't ask the question, what develops these types of characters? Where do these people come from? Why do they exist? Why do they exist? Because nobody's given them a voice. They're pissed off. They're hopeless. That's why they're throwing rocks at tanks, because if they had guns, they'd be using those in Palestine. If they'll do the same thing here, you'll be throwing rocks at tanks, or throwing dirt up in the air at a drone. Once they get their guns, they're trying to do that. They want to disarm you. The senator out of California, Dianne Feinstein, you know, these people are working diligently to disarm you as soon as they can do it. Look at all the shit they're doing right now while you have guns. Okay, and then you're quiet. You know, you're not causing problems. You know, we've always had guns in this country. We didn't have school shootings 50 years ago. Didn't have any of that. But they promoted what? They glorified guns and violence. Through the movies, through the rap songs, through the music. It was all instigating. Immoral degeneracy. In the 60s, the women's liberation, the civil rights movement, all these things were breaking down the family. Then they get it to this point under the guise of we are promoting quote-unquote freedom, but their version of freedom is you're not free to be immoral. Yeah, sure. You're just not free to be immoral. That's their version of freedom, folks. That's their version of freedom, is to be as immoral and as degenerate as possible. This is not something, and then they're destroying the fucking whole planet, cutting down the rainforest, fucking up the fucking farm fields and everything with the genetically modified shit. There is no level of destruction that these people have not wreaked on the entire planet. Then they say, well, we've survived all the empires. The Jews have survived all the empires. We were here after Rome. We were here after Egypt. That's because you fucking destroyed it. You're not a nation builders, folks. You know, you're not. The Jews aren't in the business of building things. They're in the business of destroying things. They're incapable of building anything. No. They can destroy things. They've got that patented. But as far as building anything, no. You know, and it's the same thing in Israel today. They fight with each other, the Orthodox and all the rest of it. They can't stand each other. They've got to get somewhere and unleash that fucking hell on somebody. These people are blind-ass idiots. The blind cannot lead the blind. Nobody explained this as well as Christ. When he said, you know, they go through hell and high water to make one convert and then turn them into twice the son of hell that they are. He said, you know, perhaps you can listen to some of the crap they say, but by all means don't try to follow any of it, because they won't even lift one finger to do anything that they're telling you to do. No. He says they strain out gnats and swallow camels. They tithe their spices and their herbs and things. All the way up to 10% of it, you know. But they neglect the big things like justice and mercy. He didn't say that they were God's chosen people. He said, you know, no, you're of your father. You're of your father, the devil. Sure, that's what you are. You have your father, the devil. And the lust of your father you will do. They hate that shit. Oh, they hate that. That sums it up real good there. Yeah, that sums it up real good there. So you got to be able to have quick responses. You know, when you get attacked, you come back with something. What are you doing for your people? I mean, you're talking all this stuff, and you talk about all the stuff white people have done in the past. What are you doing for your people? What am I doing? I'm awakening my people to the oppression. I'm a civil rights activist. I'm against human rights violations. I'll stand up for the anybody that's being oppressed if I see that. But I'm more concerned with my people because it is of interest to me. This is of interest to me. It's of interest to my people. Okay? It's of interest to my people. You do not have the right to speak in the interest of my people, no more than I have the right to speak in the interest of the Jewish people or black people. You have no business speaking on behalf of what white people do while you're assaulting white people. You notice in the comment section, the first thing that the Jews will do is that they'll say, well, I'm Polish, or I'm Italian, or I'm German. I have a right to speak on this. While they're assaulting and attacking the very thing that they claim they stand for. That's clearly a Jewish tactic. No, you're not white. Get out of town with that, man. How stupid do you think everybody is? I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. At any rate, I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I really don't. There's nothing really new come up here that I want to talk about, actually. But I think that you have to have quick responses. I think you have to raise awareness, and I think you have to stay on target with what you believe. And I think there's a danger in not supporting brothers and sisters that may not seem exactly perfect, but if they're trying to help a little, I think you probably should get behind them. Stop picking on people. You know, I think that's a bad thing. We need to be as diligent in supporting our people as the rest of these people here are supporting theirs. Does that make sense? And the other thing is, let's see where I want to go with this. Oh yeah, being pessimistic I think is a bad thing. This is enough here to chew on to make anybody fucking insane. Get goofy, get silly, laugh a little, smoke some pot, man, if you have to. I don't give a shit. Seriously, I really don't. That shit should have been legalized already. I don't smoke pot, but I'm just saying, whatever the fuck it takes, man, to keep you going, do that. Don't sit around and fester and atrophy over this. Do what you can do, but don't dwell on things you can't change. It's almost like the AA, you know, change the things you can and accept the things you can't and all that. That's what you're gonna have to do, okay? Because it's a do or die, win or lose thing here, and you've got to make up your mind and say, well, even if I don't win, well, that's all right too. But I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that maybe possibly I can win. But understanding the problem is first, but second, having answers. And I think quick responses to people is good rather than draining yourself. Not knowing everything, being afraid you don't know everything is another thing. You don't have to know every single thing. I obviously don't know every single thing. I've never claimed that I did. I have a working concept of what I think is going on, and I articulate it as best I can. You know, you have to give yourself a break. You're only human. You are the target of the assault. If anybody needs a break, you do. Give yourself permission for that. Also understand you're not alone. You're not alone in this. You know, I'm here too. I feel it. You know, it sucks. I fucking hate it. You know, I sometimes wish I was never born to see it. It is that bad. And I think everyone here can commiserate with me. So we have to give each other permission to take a break. We have to support each other, not pick on each other. If you have any criticism, reserve that for our opponents and not each other. Dismiss their bullshit. Okay? So, yeah, so quick responses. Don't pick on your brothers. Don't wear yourself out being pessimistic. I think that's quick things. And understanding the problem is building awareness. We are having an effect. It's beginning to really show. And our opponents know that. Believe me when I say that. They know it.